Hello and welcome to another video from oorail. This video is the third and final part of our Class 58 enhancement project. So here we have the unpowered and powered bogies from Bassetlaw, which is 58034, and as you've seen in the previous two videos, we did some paint enhancements, we did some weathering, and now we're just going to do a quick overhaul of the motor. Now luckily, even this Loco is about 30 years old, it wasn't actually in too bad of shape. So I've already done some cleaning to it, but basically what we used was a cocktail stick to scratch off the kind of gunk and residue that was kind of stuck to the wheels here. And so where we found kind of residue that wouldn't come off, we just scratched it off with the cocktail stick, and then we took a cotton bud dipped in Goo Gone, or you could also use rubbing alcohol and use that to clean up the wheels. We also cleaned up the pickups. You can see here on the unpowered, the connector goes onto there. We cleaned the connector, we cleaned the underside of the wheels, and then we also oiled each of these, so you can see in there. I can probably show you if I grab the oil and the paper clip. You just dip that in the oil and drop it in there, and then just kind of move it over and do the other side, and you can do that for each of the wheels. This is on the unpowered bogie. I also did the same thing on the powered bogie, but I already did it on that, so I'm not gonna do it again. You can also see here that it's this the center one that it pulls the power from, and so it's always a good idea just to take maybe a paper clip or something like that and make sure that it's pushed down properly. So just take the paper clip and push it up against the thing, make sure there's no play in it, and then finally just clean it up. So we're going to go take a Q-tip real quick, and today I'm using the rubbing alcohol. This Loco wasn't really that dirty to require the Goo Gone, so we will take this and just clean the just rotate it slightly, rub it up and down, rotate it. You can see there it's pulling off a fair amount of dirt, and you just take the dry end and give it a quick scrub. If you can also get the thing in there and get the copper plate, that's always a plus. You just want to make sure you don't break it or get it bent off the thing. And so like I said, you can use a screwdriver or paper clip just to make sure that it's just touching against that. And there you have it for the unpowered bogie. For the powered bogie, we did basically the same thing, cleaned it up with the rubbing alcohol, and then I used paper clip technique to oil here, in between the two cogs, here, here, here. Actually, if I zoom it in, you might be able to see it a little bit better. So we oiled it here, here, in between the two cogs, here, in between these two cogs, here, here, in between these two cogs, here, and in between these two cogs. And then we also oiled it here at the end, right there, and we oiled it in here and down along this flywheel here. And I also, like I said, oiled down in the axles as well. And that's it. I mean, that's literally all you need to do to get this thing back up and running. So all that's left to really do is put this back into the bogies when the varnish is dried up. So if I zoom back out, you see right there we have the two bogies. This will connect back on to this piece right here. like so, when it's done. And we'll drop these two back into their bogies, drop the bogies back into the chassis and show it to you running weathered on the layout. Alright, so it's going to take a few hours for that varnish to dry, and so obviously it gives you some time to mess with the motor. And if you do want to run the motor, you can actually you can hook that up and run that on the layout to check that it's running okay. Just make sure you don't pull too hard on the cabling, or else you might run into a few problems. Alright, so here in a few seconds you should see some shots of the Loco on the layout. Hope you found this Class 58 series useful. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time. Okay, so we're back here at the workbench, and you can see the end result of this, having completed the spraying. You can see there we lost quite a bit of the weathering powders, and so it doesn't look too bad at all. Alright, so I'm going to go and reassemble it, and we'll show it to you running on the layout.